All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Unidos Unplugged, the podcast where community culture and wellness take the spotlight. I am your host, David Villarreal, outreach specialist for Unidos contra la Diabetes, and I am joined by my very special guest today, owner of the Perfect Body Studios, Mr. Roger Meza. Say hello, Roger.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Awesome. On that note, Mr. Roger, if you want to just kind of tell the people a little bit about yourself, what it is that you do, and why you're here today.
Yes, sir. I came into fitness about 15 years ago. I was really athletic in high school, and kind of throughout the years, I got out of high school, kind of fell off a little bit, right? So it was kind of difficult. And then once I got back into working out and eating better and all that good stuff, I loved the way I felt again, and I really wanted to just kind of spread that to other people. So as I started doing that, it was amazing just to be able to, like, I wasn't even trying to push people to do it. It was more like just their transformation, just me wanting to help them. And that's always been about me. Like, and even now the team that I have is we're all about helping people.
Right.
And we want to make sure that they live the best version of themselves. A lot of times we get busy with other things, right? Family, business, whatever it is, but we forget about the most important person, which is us.
Right.
Yeah.
We can't take care of ourselves. We can't take care of our families.
Exactly.
So I know it's not really like a video podcast, but for anyone that can't see, Mr. Rogers in incredible shape. Incredible shape. So he practices what he preaches, which is great. We love to see that. So if before we get into the Perfect Body Studio and all that entails that business, Mr. Roger, and how that came to be, let's focus a little bit more on you.
Okay.
Like you said, you got out of high school. Did you kind of like get out of shape?
Yeah. I was actually in a bad time in my life. You know what I mean? It actually, I let go of myself. I was in a very bad situation, and it actually got me out of that situation. You know what I mean? I was able to bring myself back, just mentally, physically, spiritually. You know what I mean? All those things. And like I said, it was about just getting back to where I needed to be because I knew there's where I needed to be my best. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yes, that's kind of what got me there. And like I said, I just kind of took off with that without even knowing.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Roger, so you've been at this for a while now, leading up to having your own business. What was it that you were doing?
Before I did work at a federal prison, state prison. I went to school to become a registered medical assistant.
Okay.
I wanted to do the nursing part, but in the federal prison, when I saw what they actually did, I was like, nah, I don't know.
I'm good.
Yeah, so I was like, nah, that's a lot of responsibility.
Right.
So, but I saw it all, and it was just something that I was like, nah, I didn't know what I wanted to do at that time. I was kind of like still looking around, like not sure. You know what I mean?
And did you just, ¿cómo te digo? Did you just start, I guess, training people on the side? Just so we can really get into how this all came to be.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I was just, I would train people. People would ask me because I was fit. You know what I mean?
Right.
People were like, oh, can you train me or what do you eat and this and this? And I was like, yeah. So I just kind of started just giving them the right plan, and then they would see the transformation, and that's what people wanted.
Right.
It's like anything, right? You don't want to be doing something and no results. So
Right.
that, without even me trying to, like I said in the beginning, push that, it was just other people were saying like, where are you? Who's working you out, or where are you working out? And that's what would happen. And it happened in front of my eyes without even knowing. Like by the time I know it, I was like, oh man, I have 50 clients and now 100, and it's just like,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, so then again, you kind of saw this all unfolding basically, and you decided, you know what, I need to make this my career, I need to make it a business, and that's where Perfect Body stemmed from?
Yeah. Perfect body actually stands for mind, body, and soul.
Awesome.
So you can. It's not actually the actual look of a perfect body. It's just saying that all those three need to be like at the best you can be
Yeah.
to be the best person of you.
Best version of yourself.
Yes,
Awesome,
exactly.
awesome. So, when Perfect Body Studios came about, it was just you? Did you have a team already?
No, it was me. I was in like maybe I would say 1,000 square feet or less. It was just like it wasn't that much. I was just training people. I was actually working 2 jobs to try to, because that's what I wanted to do. So I would actually go train people at 5. I had to be at work at 6. So I'd actually rush from there to go work. And then after work, I would get out at 2 o'clock and then I would go and train people. So.
Okay, awesome. And now you've scaled it? You've grown?
Yeah. So from that area, we actually moved to a 2,400 square feet. And right now where we're at, we have a shake bar nutrition shop where we sell supplements, shakes, juices, everything in general you can think of. And we actually do more coaching, meaning like it's not just where someone comes and they do it on their own. They actually have an assigned coach where they help them through the whole process.
You are just, I know because we maybe skimmed over it. You're in Harlingen, Mr. Moore?
Yes, Harlingen.
Awesome, awesome.
Harlingen.
So I guess if you want to just give us a little bit of a rundown, I know, we see all sorts of walks of life. I'm assuming you see all sorts of walks of life of people getting in shape for various reasons. I guess I'm really curious myself as as someone who used to be in shape. Just your approach. So kind of like your approach as to you get a new client. How do you assess them and the following steps. And really quick before that as well, I do want to emphasize, because I know we had mentioned it prior, is you get the clients that are basically like, hey, I tried it on my own. I tried the conventional gym way, and I couldn't do it. So that's what brings them to you.
Yeah, and I would say necessary, that's not always the case. What I mean is they come in still with the excuses, right? People come in and they're still like kind of like 50-50. And that's why I love my job, because I still do that. Is I talk to them and I let them know, like, I'm just honest. Like, I don't, like the way I tell even my staff, we don't want to tell them what they want to hear, but more or less what they need to hear. And that changes the whole concept, because now they know that I'm really trying to help them.
Right.
And when I do that, and even my other team that I have, like, they know, like, man, we're actually helping people make a decision to say finally yes to them.
Right.
And that's what we do. We assess them, put them in an in-body. They find out, man, because they probably haven't stepped on there, because a lot of people, when they get there, they're like, oh, I have to step on the scales. Like, yeah, that's a measurement of what you do outside the gym.
Right.
That's what we tell people, like, that's your report card. No matter what, an in-body is always going to determine, are you eating good? Are you eating bad? It's like going to a doctor, right? Yep. They're going to check your labs. Say if you were drinking, you can't cover that. The liver enzymes are going to be off the roof. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing. That's what we do. And then we just find out a little bit about them, what they want to do, what they've done in the past. And we create a customized program for their goals. So it's never the same program for anybody. Everyone's different. And this is where some people get a little bit, they want to know a price real fast. And it's like, there's no price. We got to figure out first and assess what's going on and what we need to do before we can go forward.
But you know what, though? Maybe. And how long has Perfect Body been around? You
10 years.
Okay. I'm assuming, but I'm pretty sure you can confirm it. I'm assuming that approach is what's made you the successful for that amount of time. Correct?
Yep.
The fact that you're not just like, oh, well, it's this much. Yeah. You don't I guess cookie cut or anything. And you also don't like you say, you don't hold back when it comes to telling someone where they're at and versus where they should be, right?
Yeah.
But as opposed to maybe getting some sort of like pushback from that, I'm pretty sure people take it like people actually appreciate that approach more, correct?
Oh yeah, for sure. And don't get me wrong, we get people that don't end up doing it, or they find a way of saying, oh, this or that. And we always tell them, like, no matter what, like, we're wasting money somewhere. You got to make sure that this is, like, you got to make this a priority, because think of it. If I get myself right, I get healthy mentally, physically, that's going to affect my family, my marriage, my work. I'm going to have more confidence in what I do. Might make more money.
Yep, more opportunities.
More opportunities.
And as much as people say, like, oh, well, it's not about. Yes, we understand that you don't necessarily have to look a particular way, but just feeling better, and as a byproduct, you're gonna start looking better.
Yeah.
That in itself will give you an edge, so to speak.
Exactly. Yeah, right? It gives you an edge on how you talk, how you feel confidence towards people, and even health, no matter what. And this is the main thing, right? once health is gone, it's like life is not the same.
No money,
And
no money that you save, no
matter
nothing.
what. So yeah, all that money that you say, oh, this and this, at the end of the day is like, I need to do this for me because it's if I want to be there for my family, for my kids, my marriage, whatever it is, I gotta be the best version of me first.
Right. So we touched a little bit on your approach. Let's touch a little bit more on the program and all it is and all that entails it. So somebody comes in, they're committed. They're like, you know what, Roger, I like your approach. Let's do it. Give us a rundown. It doesn't have to be specific. I know everybody's different. Just give us a rundown of that approach. After somebody agrees and says yes, let's do this. What does that approach look like? What does their training look like? Their diet? And again, I know everyone's different, but just a general or a more recent one that you've had.
Yeah. So pretty much what usually happens is they get an assigned coach. This coach is gonna pretty much contact them within the next 24 hours. They're gonna set up a nutrition consult where they go over all the like diet plan, supplementation, and then kind of learn about them. Now they would need to learn about them to see what their weakness, their strengths, what they're trying to do, and then from there the coach actually sets them a program up for them. You know what I mean? They do get like an app where they have 24/7 access to their coach, where they put all their foods in, their steps, their heart rate, their sleep, their body mass, the muscle, everything. That's their progress. So if they have very low activity and low posting and stuff, we know that they're not doing their best. And usually that's the outcome. The results show that, okay, I didn't do my best this week. They do meet with their coach weekly. So that's what, in general, I'm just being honest, like we separate from any other gym because we're not a gym, we're a transformation center. And that's where we transform people, and we want to make sure we support them through every step of the way, that they don't feel they have to guess or think about anything no more, because we have all the answers for them. We've done this for the last 10 years. So, and we train our trainers and our staff to be able to give them that service that they need to get to that next part of their life.
Wow. Do you feel, well, I wanted to ask two questions. Do you feel, oh man, I lost my train of thought. It's fine, I'll find it. Training wise.
Okay.
What's that look like?
Training, it all depends. Like I said, I really can't tell you exactly, but it's 3 times a week. What we do more than anything, yeah, we train them and all that. That's great, but it's more the accountability coaching. Because think of it, if you don't have someone that doesn't keep track of you, or when you feel comfortable, right, and you don't want to do it, you don't do it. So we do what we do, and we figured out over the years is people need an accountability coach. So that means someone that if they don't come in the week or they're not doing this or that, there's someone there pushing them. Because think of it in general, right? And I've told this analogy to everyone. Why is Michael Jordan was the best? Why was all these people the best? They all had a trainer, all of them. And the same thing.
Made them accountable.
Yes. So you need someone to be there to make sure that they're pushing them to that where they need to go. You know what I mean?
Now, I've heard this in the past, and I can attest to it. Again, I know just by looking at me now, you won't see it.
Yeah.
But I think we spoke about it briefly. I used to do the whole bodybuilding thing and all that and compete. But a lot of people would think like, oh, what training style are you doing? And all those things that get thrown out. It's just a diet. At the end of the day, to me, that's what it boils down to. It would be like 80%, and then nutrition, and then 10 training, 10 supplementation. That was my approach. I don't know if you have a different approach.
Yeah, my approach is I always go 100 all around, because you know what I mean.
Even better.
Because why? Because it's a formula, right? You have your fitness, nutrition. You have your activity outside the gym, right? And then your supplementation. So if one of those areas is not to the best that it needs to be,
right,
well, you're not gonna have the best results. You know what I mean? And it's like supplementation. We get a lot of people and they don't even know what it is, and we want to give them the knowledge of what it is. And supplementation is actually just giving you the nutrients that maybe your food is not giving you. The recovery process is the biggest. Because a lot of people think it's all the gym, like, oh, I need to go to the gym. but they don't understand you're working out to break down muscle tissue so it can recover.
Right.
So the biggest part is your sleep, your nutrition.
Recovery.
Yeah, of course, that's a big part. But in general, they all go together. Of course, because like say, if you're doing the nutrition and cardio only but not working out, well, you're not gonna get toned up. So that's where it can be depending on the person. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
That's why it's a case by case. Yeah.
Yes.
And then nutrition wise, and I asked this for a particular reason, but nutrition wise, what approach do you guys?
We always go off of, because we're not there to determine like, okay, they need this diet. Because what about they did, just an example, right? A carb cycling diet and it worked great for them and they are okay with not eating carbs some days and some days they're not. Like, okay, let's just go with that approach.
Right.
Why are we going to try to test all these different things and waste all that time when they could be getting results with something that they already tried and they know it works for them?
Right.
But we have all different. We have a food plan, a food list. We have a done for you meal plan. We have macros. We have recipe books. Like, we have all the research and tools over like 6 or different diets that we can give them. But it all depends on the person.
Right. Now, and the reason why I asked that is because I know a lot of people, and the word diet gets thrown around a lot, and some people like it, some people don't. But some diets, like they're called so and so fad diets. So like I know what's been really popular for a good amount of time now is like carnivore, keto, all that. All those, I guess, in a way that they are restrictive, right? Because you're basically just eating a very small group of food group, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I guess that's why I'm asking. Do you guys ever implement anything like that, or is it whole foods? Because my the way I see it is it's either calories in, calories out. So you're either, if you're burning more than you're consuming, you will lose weight. If you're over consuming and not burning, then you will gain weight.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I ask. I ask because a lot of people are like, oh no, well, and I hear it a lot because I'm always at health fairs and stuff like that. So I hear it from a lot of people. That's why I'm asking. I'm like, who better to ask, right?
Yeah.
But again, I hear a lot, no, it's because esta es la que tienes que hacer. And I'm like, well, you're restricting a lot of food groups there and this and that. So that's why I'm like, what is an approach that
I'll be completely honest, we don't go that route. We create habits to make a better lifestyle.
To maintain as well.
Exactly. So we always give them the whole foods and the things that they're actually not depriving themselves. They're actually going to enjoy. One of the things that we teach a lot is you want to look forward to your foods.
Yep.
A lot of times we eat these we're on these diets and it's bland, no flavor, eating the same thing. And that's not something that's going to help us be successful. So we teach none of that. We're more about like helping them find the right foods that's going to help them long term.
And you know what? That's a really good approach. And I think in the long run that'd be the best approach because again, we're all on social media and we all see TikToks and all this stuff. And I always see people, like even sometimes there's people that I follow that they were doing keto, they were doing carnivore, they were doing what is it? There's one that's like Whole Foods and ancestral.
There's all kinds of diets nowadays. Like some diets, I don't even know what they are.
Right?
Like,
it's so many different approaches. But you know what's crazy is that some of these people I follow, and over like a period of time, they eventually end up like, oh well, now I'm introducing vegetables.
Yeah.
And now I'm introducing carbohydrates. So like they'll start introducing some rice or potatoes or brown rice, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, well, why didn't you just do that from the beginning? Because you're just eating a regular Whole Foods nutritional diet at that point.
Yeah.
What you should, I'm like, because I always look back at it and be like, that's probably what you should have done from the beginning instead of restrict. Anyways,
exactly.
But I always see that, and I always find it so funny because I'm like, people always see like, oh yeah, it's he got those results because he was doing a specific diet. But I'm like, but it all eventually will lead back to just having healthy eating habits.
Yeah, and then remember, a lot of times those diets work for temporary. They're temporary diets.
Yeah.
So you can't maintain that forever. So what happens is you just end up going back to square one, and that's why we always emphasize of building better habits. Like at the end of the day, that's what we teach people. We're here to help you build better habits, that it's long-term, not something that's just going to be quick and easy. You know what I mean? Just like me, because I used to coach clients for bodybuilding. I did bodybuilding for a while too. And I was kind of in that route for a couple of years, just coaching bodybuilding people, and
Yeah.
those were the easiest because they're you give them a plan, they follow it to the T
Yeah.
for the most part.
And a lot of it is after so many, it's repetitive. It's similar.
Yeah,
right?
it's
A similar
similar.
approach.
My main thing is I fell off, or not fell off. I didn't want to do that. Is because I felt like I wasn't really helping people that I wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, so I kind of went back to wanting to help people
The
that
everyday.
there you go, the general population,
Yeah.
trying to help them to be living that healthy lifestyle again.
Right. And in all reality, I mean, if we're being honest, the bodybuilding preps, they're really not all that healthy.
No,
It gets to the point where they're a little bit tough.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, you're in some cases you can do some harm.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
So the other thing I wanted to touch on, and again, who better than to have you here to answer these questions is supplementation. It gets, to me, I don't know if it's because we are predominantly Hispanic community, it gets such a bad rap. No, que estás tomando, I'll say it in Spanish because that's what I hear all the time.
Yeah.
No, que estás tomando murero, and although meanwhile, they're the ones drinking all the soda, eating all the processed foods.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like somebody will see you with a Coke Zero or whatever, and they're like, you know those are worse than the regular ones? Esos son peor que las, tienen más azúcar. And it goes the same with the supplementation. It has such a bad rap. So can you kind of touch on a little bit of supplementation and why it is important?
Yeah. Like I said, supplementation, a lot of people, they just don't understand it. And supplementation is literally what it says. It supplements something that you're lacking in your body.
Right.
So it's just like, so you go to the doctor and they say, oh, you're low on vitamin D. What are they going to do? Give you vitamin D.
Right.
Same thing for us. Multivitamins for people that are working out, you need to have that extra nutrient. You're not going to get everything from food, no matter what we think. And a lot of times people come in and they're barely eating 1 or 2 times a day. So that's even worse. We know that they're not going to get the nutrition they want.
Right.
The thing we add is protein powder. Why? Because you're not going to eat 5 meals a day.
Sometimes you're on the go.
Exactly, because we want to get them to eat at least 3 to 4 times a day at least, to get their protein in, get the right nutrients, the right carbs, all that. I mean, the fat burners. One of the things I would say is what we offer to people is all natural supplement. If you ever look up Prestige Labs, there's pretty much a doctor behind that actually has all the science behind it. And if you look at them, they're all like extracts, garlic, L-carnitine, like the fat burners. A lot of people, what do they think? Oh, my heart's going to race. That's not good for you. No. That's not healthy.
Especially if you already have like a moderately high caffeine intake.
Yeah, exactly. So what we've done is found this supplement line that is all tested. All the stuff is in it. And it doesn't make you have jitters or anything like that. Wow. And they're fat burners like L-carnitine, garlic, things like that. They're actually healthy for you. And people are seeing results with it.
Right.
And that's what we try to teach some people. I mean, of course, they're with their ways. They want something that gets them all jitters.
Yeah.
But we
the stimulants, right?
Yeah, but we tell them, like, that's not healthy for you. It's going to catch up.
So all the supplements that you guys carry are from Prestige?
Prestige Labs.
Wow.
Yeah,
awesome.
And yeah, it's one of the, he's real known. His name's Alex Ramosi. He's one of the one that sold that line to another guy, and which now they own that company. But for the most part, that line just has pure good. Like the protein powder has cane sugar, natural.
Wow.
It doesn't have all your preservatives and all that. So it's a real good product. I take it personally. Like that's what I take. I give people, like, I tell them I used to get all the stuff that everyone has now, but at the end of the day, the supplement, like those, like, and just me in general, and this is my opinion, right? Of course.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of stuff that's not even in there. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever's inside, it's not really in there.
Oh, wow.
It's like me and you.
Oh, okay,
me
yes,
and you.
because the labels.
They're not, because me and you could come up with a supplement line. If we wanted to.
They're not tested.
Exactly.
It's not FDA regulated. Yes, I was like, I know where he's going with this.
Yeah, so
Yes.
think of it like it's the same thing. These supplement lines are all tested. It's like an FDA, but for supplement line, it tells you that they've researched what's in it and it's accurate.
Man, and people I feel like that's one of the biggest. Or let me ask you this: why do you feel like it's so? People have so much criticism towards supplements.
They don't have the knowledge for it.
Right.
Bottom line. And it's okay. I mean, that's what we're here for, to be able to help people learn what they are for. I mean, it's like collagen. I mean, you have your strain boosters, you have your intra. A lot of times people, that's what I promote to a lot. I do it myself. I drink, because it has your potassium, sodium, electrolytes.
You drink an intro workout? Okay.
Yeah, all the time. Like, that's throughout the day. Because why? Because when you drink water, what does it have in it?
Not much.
No minerals. No minerals, right?
Right.
So you can drink water all day, but you're not going to stay hydrated.
Right.
So that's why you put an intro recovery drink, what keeps you hydrated, which is like your potassium, sodium, or if you want the aminos for like soreness or whatever the case may be.
Right. I wanted to touch on, let's see, what did I want to touch on? Is there anything off the table that I can't touch on?
No, you can touch on anything.
Let me see. I know I had it, but I lost it. Man, I'm usually not losing my train of thought like this. It's okay. This will get edited out.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Man, what did I want to touch on? We touched on supplements.
Uh-huh.
We touched on the nutrition, the training. Oh, I remembered. Like everybody that's going through these lifestyle changes.
Mm-hmm.
They wanna feel better, look better, be healthier. And again, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like it'll eventually come to the point where they're like, oh man, this is hard. Like they're used to either eating whatever they want, eating probably as much as they want. And now, yes, for certain goals, there is some restrictions naturally, right?
Yeah.
Like we try to be as least restrictive as we can. But again, it'll come to the point where I'm sure most people have felt that. I'm sure you have felt that when you were prepping for a show or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I could really go for whatever, right? We all have our favorite foods.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that you've seen over these last 10 years that you've been doing this that's like a hack that you're like, man, this when you're having a craving or when you're having this really work? Other than I know the right answer is like you just got to be disciplined and get through it. But something that you're like, I implement this with a lot of clients and I see a lot of success. Just a little diet hack or nutrition hack or anything like that.
Easiest tip or hack you want to say is find things that have 0 calories and you can still enjoy whatever you want and see results.
Now,
bottom line, why? Because no matter what, right?
Right.
I can, if I want something sweet, I'm gonna go and get a keto ice cream, right?
Right.
But it doesn't have a lot of calories.
Right.
So that's the easiest I can tell you. What I've helped members learn, and they do it, and as long as they follow into their calories,
right.
That's it. Because everything's a number, right?
Exactly.
So if you're putting in a lot of calories, well, the weight's gonna go up. No matter what we say, at the end of the day, if you learn to know, like, because even, like, this is what I tell some of my members. They're like, oh, yeah, I was eating a bag of almonds and this is, I was like, okay, it's healthy, right, coach? I was like, yeah, it's healthy, but remember, how many servings does it have?
Right.
You had 5 servings, each of them had 200 or 300 calories.
That's a whole day's worth of food in just a
Exactly.
snack.
So you see what I mean? They need to be taught certain things because
right.
sometimes they just think it's healthy and I can have it as much as I want, and it's not. It goes back to calories at the end of the day.
Look, I'm so glad you touched on that. And the biggest thing I get, I would get this a lot again when back in the day when I was also doing the whole bodybuilding thing, and people were like, "Well, yeah, you're doing all this, but are you like being healthy?" Or it's always that misconception, right? But it's always the same people that are drinking, that are having the full calorie sodas, and I'm like, well, I guess in this case, I don't want to call it like pick the lesser evil, but I can attest. I've done this before. I have proof, video proof, everything of when I used to do compete and all this stuff. Again, you've been in a bodybuilding prep before.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
It gets to the point where you're like, man, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
And you just want to feel full. You want to feel something. And again, I can attest to it. I've had, and it's not healthy. I'm just being honest on the podcast. It's not healthy. Maybe to do it all the time. I did it once or twice during my prep. I kid you not. I went and I bought. I vividly remember it because it was always the same trio. It was a 0 sugar root beer, 2 liter, a 0 sugar. What is the Fanta one? The orange one.
Oh, okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the lemon one, just to
Okay.
have like the little different flavors. And I kid you not, I did this only or maybe two times during my entire prep. I had the entire. This would have been 6 liters of soda in one day.
Wow.
Not I just because the carbonation and the flavor it would keep me full.
Full, yeah.
Not healthy. I still had my gallon of water. I know it's not. I'm not saying it because I'm like, oh, I did it and I was fine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it. A lot of people have a misconception. I did it and I was 5-6% body fat. That did not affect my caloric intake whatsoever. Yeah, I was bloated more. I was a little bit more bloated at the end of the day because it was
Yeah, more liquid.
yeah, but stuff like that. And again, the people that argue are like, well, I'm not gonna have all this artificial stuff. Are the people that are having the stuff that keeps making them gain weight, that keeps making them unhealthier.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying that this route is healthy. I'm just saying there is some truth to the whole zero sugar, zero calorie thing. And if it helps you stay on track and the rest of your diet is 90% whole foods and all this good stuff that you are putting into your body, then I don't see why you can't incorporate it.
Yeah, for sure. And,
Right.
and that's the main thing is as long as you stay in your calorie deficit,
Right.
like depending on the goal, right, of course,
Right.
you're going to be fine. I mean, it's like anything. The numbers are everything because if it shows that you have too many calories, well, the weight goes up.
And you know what's crazier? My labs were always perfect.
Wow.
My labs were always. I haven't gone to the doctor. I probably should. They're probably off the charts now. Like something's probably off the charts. But yeah, I think the only thing that got a little bit elevated during that time was I think it was my liver enzymes, and it was slightly. And I told my doctor what I was doing, and she's like, "That's probably what it is. After you compete, come back and we'll test again, and you should be fine." And sure enough, that's what it was. But I was also younger during that time. I was still living at home, so my parents were freaking out. They're like, why do you look like this? Like, what's going on? What do you take? And I was like, look, it's just for a short period of time.
Yeah.
And then and I'm fine. So yeah, but again, it's always that and it's always again the people that are like, no, well, you're doing more harm than good. But I'm like, but what are you doing?
Exactly.
Sometimes they're like smoking, drinking on the weekends, and doing all this stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's what usually happens is like it's just their way of, I guess you can say, an excuse, right? To say like, oh no, that's not good,
right?
Because of this and this. But at the end of the day, it's better than what we're doing, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean, so that's the thing: is it helping me get better? And if it is, then why not go for that route?
Right. So I want to touch on a little bit again, since we're already here and we're just chatting.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody that's never listened to it that might find some, just for all intents and purposes, maybe they'll find some entertainment value from it. And selfishly, I want to hear the story too. Is like, can you take us through a prep that you've done yourself, and just again explain it in the way of I'm explaining it to someone that's never gone through it. So like that way, somebody that's listening, they can kind of just get like a feel for it, what something like that would be.
Yeah, the first thing is you have to have a good mindset going into it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because knowing that you're gonna be suffering, that's gonna be key, right? That's a big one. For the most part, it's kind of a selfish sport because at the end of the day, it's gonna be all about you. You're gonna have to get all your meals set up. You're gonna have to be working out. You're gonna have to doing cardio. You're gonna have everything has to be set for you throughout that prep. Usually, I would do like 15 or 20 weeks out to be my best.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just gonna be at the end of the day. That's the best I can explain it because it's hard to like just to dive into each. But it does get harder once you get into like that 4 week, like when you're already, or I think even maybe a little bit more, maybe 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You're already
so depleted.
Yeah, you're already kind of like, man, I'm ready for this to be over.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last 2 to 3 weeks, it's like, man, you don't even know if you're gonna make it. That's how I remember. There were some times where I was like, wow, like. I would go to sleep crying sometimes.
Yeah. That's what I want. That's what I want. So people can kind of get it.
I just wanted food, like at that time, and the best thing, the way I can say it is like it makes you bring out the strength inside you mentally.
Yeah.
No matter what, you can do everything else, but I was doing carb cycling, so like the days that I didn't have carbs, because remember, carbs is your energy.
Right.
your body's actually burning off of fat because you don't have no energy that day.
Right.
You still have to do your cardio, you still have to work out, you still have to do everything. And you still, if I had a family, and you know what I mean, I did, you know what I mean, I had to still be there for them. I still had to do my job. So it was a tough, you know what I mean, process, you know what I mean. I did get through it, and it was amazing at the end. I guess at the end the adrenaline's so high you don't even feel it no more after that.
And no matter, I think you can attest to this. No matter how good you look, just mentally you feel even better after like just knowing that you did it. It's like I can do anything.
Yeah, and it's all mental. You know what I mean? It kind of it's like any tough challenge or whatever, right? It's gonna determine if you have the discipline you need to overcome all the obstacles throughout the process. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, and I actually I actually tore my pec when I was doing my another show, and what's it called? I was like about 7 weeks out. I was my best of the best because I did this for like about 4 years straight, straight, right? First one, I was about 180, but the second one, I was already hitting about 240 of muscle. I was pretty, like I told you, I had a good off-season year, and then I did it right, and then I jacked myself up, man. I tore my pec, and I had to have surgery and all that in 8 months. But it actually made me even stronger because I told myself I'm going to come back even better because people were telling me, like, oh, your chest is not going to stay the same. You're not going to be able to work out.
Yeah.
And I came back better, and I actually... For everyone out there, right, the best hack is, in a sense, to working out. A lot of times we think we need to lift a lot of weight. I came back that last time, and I actually looked better than all of them. And I was just doing medium weight. A lot of pauses, a lot of, like, maybe little pyramids here and there. So what I figured out is, with that coach that I had, we were doing a lot of heavyweight. And I found out that you don't need a lot of heavyweight. You just need a more... Make sure that that muscle is working to its fullest.
Right. Great point. Because I feel like there's a difference from push. It's like powerlifters. Mm-hmm. Some powerlifters, you see them, and they're skinny or small or whatever, really strong. But they're just there's a difference from moving weight versus like actually, quote unquote, bodybuilding and stressing the muscle. Yeah. You don't need a lot of weight to stress a muscle. So yeah, that's actually funny that you touched on that. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So that's my main thing is like, just less weight. Just make sure you're working that muscle to the fullest. I mean, that's like I said, I was my best, biggest and best.
Yeah, that's a really good point too, because a lot of people, they automatically think like when they're either contemplating or maybe they went to the doctor and the doctor's like, hey, you need to make some changes. They think like extreme. Like they think, okay, I'm gonna start working out 5 days a week and I'm gonna go hard, and then they work out hard once and then they get so sore that they just don't go back. Yeah. Right. So exactly. That's a really good thing to point out as well. Yeah. On that note, since we are Unidos contra la Diabetes, type 2 diabetes initiative here in the RGV, do you ever get any clients that are pre or diabetic already?
Yeah, we've had multiple people, you know what I mean? And like I said, that's one of the main reasons we're doing this now. Like I told you, I switched from coaching, bodybuilding, and doing that part into now really helping the culture and the people around this area to live a better, healthy lifestyle. We have people, like I said, just from some have insulin, they go into meds, from meds, no meds, pre-diabetic, all those things, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I do recommend that a lot. Like, you know what I mean? You got to get a healthy lifestyle. In general, like, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but y'all probably know diabetes is like a silent killer.
It's brutal.
It's kind of like you don't feel it, but eventually attacks everything. My grandparents, one of them passed away from it, you know what I mean? So I know what it can affect. It's in my mom's side of the family, so yeah, you know what I mean? And we've helped so many people to know that they're not taking meds no more, or they're in a better place. You know what I mean? It's awesome, man. Yeah. And some people nowadays, they come, just to be honest, they're like, I'm not going to take the meds. I was like, don't take them. Mm-hmm. Just eat better. Right. That's always my advice, but I always tell them, I'm not the doctor. But, right. But I've seen it over and over where, because meds, and I understand that part, the science part, right? But if you can do it without having to take meds, your body doesn't get accustomed to taking them. You get what I mean? Exactly. So try to help them to be able to do it naturally first. And if you can do it, why do you need to take meds?
Right. So is there a little bit of a difference that you take when someone's like, hey, I am diabetic? What's the nutrition like approach that you take with them?
It's not nothing different. Like I said, it all depends on their goals. They just gotta eat better.
Right.
Gotta eat better. That's gonna be the main thing. Is they gotta learn how to make better habits. At the end of the day, and that's what we teach them with our accountability coaching. How to make better choices. Keep them accountable. That's gonna be key, right? You got to keep people accountable of what they're doing, because they're not, then they kind of fall off, and but yeah, we work with multiple people every month with people with diabetes. We get success stories that people were diabetic and now they're not. So it's amazing just to see them transform.
Awesome. So again, Perfect Body has been around for 10 years, you said?
Yes.
Has there been any, it's always useful for someone listening that might have aspirations to one day own a business. Is there anything that's happened that was like a roadblock, or like any sort of mistakes that you've learned from along the way that you're like, man,
in business?
Yes.
I would just say my honest truth is there's always going to be roadblocks. No matter what. That's how we grow. And at the end of the day, if it was perfect, everyone would be doing it, and it's not. And that's what we learn, right? We learn things, and then we grow from it to be better. And it's never been perfect for me. Like, I've had so many struggles. There was times back in the day, right? Oh, how am I going to pay this, or how am I going to do this? Right. Different things, because I didn't go to school to run a business.
Right.
I learned as I went. But I got mentors to be able to, which coaching again, right? You need a coach to keep you accountable. I've always had coaches to kind of guide me in the right direction, and which I think, thankfully, I've been open this long, and even
That's
COVID
awesome.
and all that stuff. So, but yeah, the main thing is, like I said, it's never going to be easy, but that's just back to discipline, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be like just for anything, if you got to be disciplined and always know that are you doing what it takes to get the result you want?
Right.
Not the skill, because we all have skills, right? But the habits back again.
Yeah.
If you have the habits and you're doing it, it's going to give you the result.
And I'm sure it's such a fulfilling moment when you do have that one client or clients, I should say, along the years that it was just kind of like a struggle maybe in the beginning, but then them probably realizing, like, once they figured it out and coming back to you and being like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, like, basically changing someone's life in essence. Yeah. I bet there's no better feeling than that.
So. Yeah, and we have so many testimonials that we get, and transformation that we post all the time, and to show people, like, if that's you right now, like, don't feel like there's no hope. Yeah. There is hope. There's people like you every day. And the thing, we've trained people from like 8, 9 years old all the way to like 89 years old.
Wow.
So there's never a limit. Like, and at the end of the day, like, going into that part, because I do tell a lot of members that they always say, oh, it's just because I'm getting old. No, it's not because you're getting old. It's just you giving up, and you stop giving the effort that you used to give when you were younger.
Yeah.
And if you do that again, you get back to where you want to be. Of course, not to where exactly the way you're younger, but now you're feeling better, you have more energy, and all those good things.
Awesome. Is there anything maybe new that's going on at Perfect Body that you guys are working on, coming up, anything like that you might want to highlight?
Not necessarily. Like I said, the main thing of what we're doing is just our coaching that we know that we separate from a lot of
your
facilities.
Bread and butter.
Yeah, we like I said, it's all of 10 years of trial and error, and we figured out what works and what doesn't. And we did all the mistakes already, so of course it's going to be a little bit more defined and more an amazing experience for members now, because they come and they're like, wow, like, I have a coach now. Because that's the thing is, right, think of it. If you don't have a coach, then it's...
You're just guessing. You're just winging it.
And I'm not trying to call anybody out, but in general, right, there's other places they just go and work out, but that's just part of it. They're not... Like me, general, like, and I want to help people to the fullest. So I want to make sure I give them all the aspects and all the research and tools to be successful.
Right. And I think you mentioned it in the beginning. It goes back to even the best have trainers.
Yeah.
Even the best are coached.
Yeah.
They're not just showing up blindly. even so, I'm like, what makes us any different than like you mentioned some athletes, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, all those great athletes that have come throughout the years. They were all trained and coached as well.
Yeah.
So what makes us, I guess, not too good, but like sometimes we're afraid of just taking that step and saying like, yeah, I need someone else.
And of course, we're not trying to be an athlete, but you still
Right.
need guidance, right?
Right.
And support to have the team that needs to be behind you to get to the goal where you want to go.
Right.
And sometimes we don't, and maybe we don't have the support at home, or maybe at our job, right? People are bringing in tacos and all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
It's easy to just give in, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when you have a support group, and that's what we offer, we have in our private Facebook group, where we have all these members that are pretty much supporting each other 100%. So it's easier to say no to those things because they're like, no, like I'm on this journey with these people and I want to stay on it.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So they get access to that support group once they once they enroll in one of your programs.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
But I know you had asked, are we offering anything? We do have a 7-day free trial if anybody ever wants to just come and try it out.
Perfect.
It's like what we do is we tell people we're not here to pressure anybody to be there. We want you to be there because you want to be there.
Right.
And at the end of the day, hey, if it's something that it works out, great. If it doesn't, hey, we wish you success. We hope that you do it. Find some place that you can call home and be able to have the coaches and everything and results you need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think people more than anything, and I can tell just by sitting here and having this conversation with you, people are just after something genuine, like something real, something they can, like you. I think you also said they call home. Something where they feel welcomed and appreciate it.
Yeah.
And that more than anything, that like someone's like, man, this person really cares for me. They want to see me do better. So because sometimes it takes somebody wanting that for you more than even maybe you want it for yourself to be like,
yeah, it does.
On that note, Mr. Roger, do you have anything else that we might have skimmed over that you want to go back and touch on or emphasize on?
Not necessary. I think we went over a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we have a great program and we've helped so many people from health. Mentally, physically, confidence, everything.
Yeah.
So we have everything that people. If someone needs that kind of guidance or they've been on the fence, kind of wanting to do something, like I said, we can help them and guide them in the right direction.
Awesome. And so before we close out, I always like to ask all of our guests that come and do the podcast. It's one question, and that question would be: what does success look like to you, just in general? It doesn't have to be your business. It doesn't have to be anything, maybe even work related. Just in general, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, what does that look like to you?
Okay. Success to me is making all the mistakes to be able to be the best we can. What I mean by that is pretty much we always think success is the outcome, right? But success is actually the process and all the trials and obstacles that we have to go through to become where we need to be or get to where we want to be. Success is like, how can I say it? To me personally, is just something that's, I did this, but now to the next goal.
Right.
It's never about like, let's celebrate for a whole month that we did this. That's not success. Success is just the process of getting to a result where we want to go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great answer. On that note, if there's nothing else, do you want to maybe let people know where they can find you, plug anything? I know you already said that you guys have a 7-day free trial that you guys have going on. If you want to plug your socials or where anybody can find you, go right ahead.
Yeah, we're on Facebook, The Perfect Body Studio. Instagram, same thing, Perfect Body Studio. We are in Harlingen on 614 Ed Curry Drive. We do have a shake bar nutrition shop with a personalized studio. Shake bar is, remember, I tell everyone, we make our shakes out of all natural fruits. So we never put syrups or anything like that. It's
really?
Yeah, it doesn't. And like once again, it's with me starting that I was a trainer and I knew why do I want to give something cheaper to people, but I know it's not the healthiest for them. So we're making it in front of them and all that good stuff. So that's kind of our socials.
So no purees, nothing like that?
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. Yeah, it's all natural stuff. And like I said, our goal is to create 2 more of those facilities in McAllen and then 1 up north. So that's our goal, like our business goal.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, but yeah, for the area, that's where we're at. They can find us on our website, theperfectbodystudio.com. Free 7-day trials on there. Everything we offer is on there as well. And then on Google, wherever they can find us. So Perfect Body Studio overall.
Awesome. Well, on that note, thank you so much for joining us today on this episode of Unidos Unplugged. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we hope to see you on the next one. Thank you.